Hi everyone, it's me Evie. What I have for you guys today are gonna be apple fritters. This is Gabriela's favorite. So let's stay tuned for the ingredients. Okay, for the ingredients, I'm gonna be using a Granny Smith apple. I'm only gonna use one because mine is really big. But if you have the smaller ones, use two. You could use any apple of your choice. I just like this because it's sour, it's tangy. So I'm gonna be using one of these. 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 3/4 cup of milk. I just took it out of the fridge and nuked it for 15 seconds, so it could be room temperature. 2 room temperature eggs. I took these out last night. If you want, you can put them in the oven with the oven off, just the light, so they can warm up a little bit. We're gonna use a teaspoon of vanilla, a teaspoon of cinnamon, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/3 cup of sugar. If you have nutmeg, you can use 1/4 cup, not 1/4 cup, 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. I don't have it, so I'm not using it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take my apple. My apples are already rinsed. I rinse them when I bring them from the fruit market. So just gonna peel it and I'm gonna give it a small dice. You can dice it as big or as small as you like. I like smaller dice, so I make sure I get apple in every bite. Like I said, if you have the smaller ones, use two. So, how was everybody's Easter, guys? How was it? It's not the same when you're closed in, but I made a huge pot of chile relleno. It was just Gabi, myself, and the hubby, of course. And I took some downstairs for my daughter and hubby who live downstairs. I didn't take none for the boys because they don't eat that really. And some of those poblano chiles were spicy. Not all of them. I wish all of them would have been. But I ate two. I had one that was spicy and one that wasn't. But that's what I cooked all weekend, guys. All weekend. Because on Saturday, we invited Lisi and Gogi for Domino night. And we had sushi, and I made 25 egg rolls. They bring in a chicken. Gogi bring in some, Lisi and Gogi bring in some donuts. And I had already made a flan, so we were stuffed. And then, then yesterday, of course, the chiles rellenos. And my daughter downstairs, I didn't think she was going to make anything. So I went downstairs to take them some chile relleno. Everybody was dressed so pretty. They did their thing. She made Easter dinner for her, the hubby, and the boys. She sent some up for Gabriela because, of course, Gabriela does not like the chile relleno. Gabriela doesn't like a lot of things that I make. That sounds bad, me saying that, but it's the truth. But here's the thing. She actually decides to taste it, and when she does taste it, she does like it. She goes, oh, I've been missing out on this for a long time. Like I made those potato fritters. She's never had them. She said that she didn't like them. Guess what happened? She had some, and she's like, oh my God, she had them for 2 days straight. I go, see, you miss out on a lot of things. You miss out way too much. They're pretty big, so I'm going to cover them. So leave me down in the comments. Let me know what you guys have for dinner, for Easter dinner, or did you guys even make anything? I heard a lot of people didn't do anything. They're just at home, so they didn't even dress up. Guys, I gotta tell you, oh my God, it's terrible. Went to Walmart the beginning. When did I go to Walmart? Let's say 4 days ago with the hubby. Just because you're in quarantine, people, does not mean you don't have to shower, that you don't have to clean up. I mean, I don't get it. Why are people so nasty? It's just bad. You walk in there, first of all you smell is weed. That's terrible. That's terrible. I cannot even stand that smell. But yeah, first of all, that's what you smell. And then dirty people. Like, nobody showers. Like, what's going on? What's going on? They still sell soap, body washes, you know? Don't take a break from life. It is temporary. Okay, ooh, that's a lot. I'm just gonna cut some more. I like a lot. And then yeah, that was it. That was basically it. So we spent Saturday with Lisi. We had domino night. With Lisi and Boogie. And then we should have done that for Easter, right? So they could have been with us. Yeah, but we decided to do it Saturday night. But it was fun. We had fun. We hadn't done that for a little bit. So we told them at least let's gather at least once every 2 weeks. I mean, I know we shouldn't be, but they're okay. We're okay, you know. So that's how we did it. Okay, guys. So my apples are already peeled and diced. So what I'm going to do is in a bigger bowl, I'm going to add my 2 cups of flour. I'm going to add, let me get this out of the way for a minute. I'm going to add my 3/4 cup of milk. Did I say it was 3/4? I don't remember, but it is 3/4. I'm going to add my 2 eggs, room temperature, guys, remember that. We're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. 1/3 cup of sugar. Teaspoon of cinnamon. And 2 teaspoons of the baking powder. And that is it. Oh, no. We're going to add a cupful of vanilla, or teaspoon. There you go. If you have the clear vanilla, that's fine too. So what we're going to do is, where's my whisk? Just give this a good whisk. You want this to be smooth, okay, guys? That kind of consistency. Okay, once that's done, we're gonna fold in our apples. Okay, so now, this is gonna put in our apples. If you want more apples, you can add some more, excuse me. Mine was big, so just the one with the big for now. Just give that a good mix. This is how it looks. It looks beautiful. It smells delicious. So many apples in here. It's delicious. See, my batter is a little bit too thin. I'm just gonna add like another tablespoon or 2 of flour to this. One of my big spoons. I'm running out of flour, guys. Just the one. That will be enough. And then we're gonna get a big pot or pan, whichever you have. We're gonna fill it up with oil and we're gonna fry these babies up. It smells so good, it smells amazing. And then in a little bit after this, we're gonna do a glaze. And you wanna do the glaze while they're frying, but you still gotta keep an eye on it because you wanna glaze them while they're hot so that it can melt, the sugar can melt over it. Okay, so let's go to the stove. Okay, everyone, so while our oil is heating up, I have 2 cups of powdered sugar. What we're gonna add to this is 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. Just half. You like it more? You like more cinnamon? Add the whole teaspoon if you like. And then to this, we're gonna add 3 tablespoons of milk of your choice. I only have 2%, that's what I'm using. We're starting off with 3. You can use up to 4, but I want to see how thick it'll be or thin. So, if you guys want, you don't have to do this glaze. You can just powder sugar your apple fritters. That's how I prefer them. I don't like the glaze much. Gabi does. And you want to glaze your fritters when they're hot, so this can melt all over it and get everywhere. Yeah, I'm gonna add another tablespoon, so 4 tablespoons for me. So I could thin it out a little bit more. It's too thick. There you go. And that is your glaze, guys. Delicious. For your apple fritters, what you're gonna do is you're gonna dunk it in here, flip them over so it could get the sugar everywhere. I'm just gonna do it on one side and put it on the rack. And if not, you can just take a fork or just this and just drizzle it on. Whichever way you wanna do it. It's less sugar if you like drizzle it on, and the other way is way too sweet for me. So that's why I only do one side. So let's go to our stove now. Okay, if you have a thermometer, you want your temperature to be at 350. I don't have one, so I'm going to take a little bit of dough. Just pour it on there. See how that rose to the top? That means our oil is perfect. So, and what I also did was take my scoop or spoon, whatever you call it, dipped it in the oil and just let it drain off so most of this dough won't stick to it. Let's get to frying. The size depends on you, how you like yours. They always come out shaped really ugly. But let me give you a hint, tip. If you have a mashed potato scoop or a big ice cream scoop, those are perfect. I think my oil needed to be a little hotter. And I'm just gonna do 3 at a time so that it's easy to flip, okay? Okay, if you have a slotted spoon, it's even better. So let's pour a little bit of that oil on top so it doesn't stick to anything when you flip it over. And look at that, how beautiful. Yeah, you want to make sure you do 2 or 3 at a time. You do not want to overcrowd your pot or your pan. And you are going to use a lot of oil for this, just so you know. It's time to take out these babies right here. My fritters are pretty big. You guys can make yours as big or small if you want, but I'd rather have just one than 2 or 3. So let's get some more in here. I'm going to be doing the same process and then I will show you the glazing. Okay, my loves, this is what they look like, but they are just off the pan where I was frying them. So we're going to let them cool off 7 to 10 minutes before we dunk them in our glaze and put them on a rack. Okay, so I left them for a little bit. Let's give our glaze a little mix there. Put it right here. And I'm going to show you. You're supposed to take your fritter and you're supposed to roll it all in that glaze, okay? The whole thing in the glaze. This is how you buy them at the bakery. Then you just take it off. That's a lot of sugar for me. And you just put it on a dish, on a rack, okay? To cool off. I'm not gonna do that because, like I said, too much sugar. What I am gonna do is I'm gonna put it face down. And I think with that amount of glaze is more than enough. So I'm gonna put them there. And I'm gonna do the same thing. Ooh, they're still hot. But that's the point of glazing them when they're hot, so that, oopsie, so that all the glaze can melt off. Okay, so we'll be doing this for all of them and I'll show you when they're done. Okay, so this is what they look like. I put them on my rack. They're still dripping. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm gonna let these cool off for at least 10 minutes before I try to bite into one, okay? So I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, everyone, here they are. Nice and shiny with that sugar glaze. They smell amazing. I hope you guys try this recipe. So let's break into one. Look at this. See the sugar running down? Still nice and warm. Smells delicious. Let's bite into it. Mmm. Look at that big chunk of apple. Delicious. Nice and warm with a good cup of coffee. Delicious. Mmm. But look at how delicious this is. Mmm. Mmm. Apples everywhere you bite. Delicious. I hope you try this recipe, guys. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. If you're a new subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I hope you stay tuned for whatever's coming up next. I don't know what it is yet, but let's see what I come up with. And yeah, take care. God bless. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.